Would you please welcome Snow Patrol's Gary Lightbody?
Hello.
Hello, Gary.
How are you all?
We are doing so very well. Thank you for asking. Congratulations on the album, The Forest is the Path. Now, it's been called your rawest album to date, but in my experience, most of your other work, typically raw and honest. So how on earth have you pulled this off?
I don't know, and I don't know if it is the rawest one. You're right. It tends to be pretty raw. So we'll leave it to somebody else to make that judgment, not me.
What are you tapping into? Are you all right, Gary? Everything okay?
Yeah, you don't need to send any help. It's all right. I'll be fine. I don't need rescued.
It's 6 years since your last release. Have you been working on this the whole time?
No, we've been doing other projects, but like this sort of on and off. The album before took 7 years, and this one's taken 6 years. So, you know, in maybe 50 years, we'll be down to 2 years between albums, something like that. It might seem normal.
Well, Gary, how do you know when an album is actually finished then? How do you know that you're like, yes, perfect?
Never actually achieved perfection, so don't know the answer to that. Don't know when the album's finished. I still don't know if it's finished, but it's being released. So the date's released, I think, is when I know it's finished.
Well, perfection, I think it's a hard thing in the art form. I was reading that you've called Chasing Cars, the song we all know and love, the purest song you've ever written. Pure. What does that actually mean?
I think I said it was the purest love song because I think, well, I wrote it when I was in love. Usually you're writing when you're not in love, when you've just broken up or something like that. So that's more usual. So I think it was written in love rather than out of love. It's been a minute. It's been a minute or two.
Have you sworn off love?
No, not at all. Not at all. My heart is open. So don't worry. I'm not close. I'm not close now.
Well, Gary, the song Chasing Cars really took on a life of its own after Grey's Anatomy. I mean, I can't hear it without thinking about Denny. I get choked up still. What is it like for a band when a song takes off in a completely unexpected direction?
It sort of kicked off, something around the world for us that we still go everywhere. We're able to play everywhere around the world. So it was Chasing Cars being a hit was a big moment for us because we always wanted to travel the world, and it helped us do that. It still does.
Is there a song that immediately gets you and it affects you, makes you cry?
Many songs. I mean, the first one that comes to mind is Bon Iver, Restacks. That's one of my favourite songs of all time. That'll get me.
What's the strangest thing someone has told you your music got them through?
Well, I do hear from people a lot about grief and there being soundtracking big moments in their life. You know, we've had plenty of strange moments happen to us as a band. You know what I mean? Like every single thing that happened in Spinal Tap has happened to us. We've literally got lost. We've literally got lost on the way to the stage. That actually happened one time. So yeah, I think we've had enough strange moments just ourselves.
Now, Gary, you're very loved down in this part of the world, I hope you know, but specifically by an Irish lady I know called Sarah, who also happens to work in this office. Now, she put a gun to my head and she insisted I ask this to you. Will we see you in Australia on tour?
Yes, absolutely. The last time we came to Australia, we got to play the Sydney Opera House for the first time, and it was one of the most extraordinary gigs that we've ever had, and we want to come back as soon as possible, but it will be next year.
Hey, we're so excited that you'll be here very soon. The Forest is the Path is out on the 13th of September. Would you please thank Gary Lightbody?
Honestly, that song is just so iconic.